Hey everybody, welcome to the Fairy Vibrant Makeup channel. Excuse my hair, I tried to attempt to curl it and I don't know. Do you like it? I don't know how. It's so hard to curl my hair and keep this stay. But I'm going to do a video using one of the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palettes so that I can give you pretty much, because I have a fresh face right now, kind of like my in-depth thoughts on at least one palette. So I am going to do a video like this for each palette because I feel like my last video with all of the palettes in it were just kind of like just swatches and a basis of what it could do, but I want to create a different look, something I probably wouldn't gravitate towards, something that would probably make this palette a little bit more wearable to a lot of people. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. I'm going to start with the palette I hated the least is upon like first impressions, or hated the most upon first impression, like as far as makeup application was and swatches. But then I'm going to kind of go through each palette and just give an in-depth overall review on this palette series if you haven't picked them up. The first palette I didn't really care for as far as like performance and colors is the Armed and Gorgeous. So I'm going to focus a look based on this palette. I will do a talk over so that I can really concentrate on the look. I feel like if I do it live, it's a little bit more difficult for me to concentrate on the look, but I will definitely dive a little bit more into this palette and use it again. And then I will do the other three over time. Bear with me, I am pre-filming this for my move. I'm currently closing today, so I am trying to get as many videos as I can done for the next, I think pretty much of all of August. So if I don't get to all of these Morphe palette ones, they will be coming up soon. I just have to set up everything, and you're going to have to excuse my background might be a little crazy because I'm moving, you know, I'm going to be having a different background hopefully because by the time I film this other one, I might do another one tomorrow and then Friday, but I don't know where I'm going to be, either at the apartment or at the house, because I closed today so I can get keys into my house, but I won't have my bed until Friday. So it's just going to be like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and film these so that I have it until at least August 30th, because my whatchamacallit, internet provider won't be connecting my internet to that house until the end of the month because that was their first available appointment. So we have to wait till the 30th, so I will not have internet, so I'm going to try and upload these until the 30th. That way I've got August and the rest of August. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into creating a makeup look with the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, Armed and Gorgeous. I'm going to use something a little different. I'm going to use the LA Girl Concealer as my primer. That seems to work for me sometimes, and I'm kind of in a crunch right now. I don't have any, my Urban Decay accidentally packed it. And then I'm just putting my banana powder to set it. Then I'll use Access as the crease shade, and I'm using a Sephora blending brush just to kind of buff that in. Using this palette second time around, I think the key is just blending and building. So next shade I'll use is Agent. It's a little bit more on the orange side, and I put that on top of Access. Then I went in with Secure. That one is a little bit darker than Agent. I buffed it really nice, and layering those really helped. And then I'll go in with Access again to kind of put more of a soft focus look on the crease. Then I went in with VIP in the brow bone. Alright, then I went in with Prowl, and I kind of stamped that in and blended it. And when I went to blend it, I noticed it blend really nice, and it didn't get patchy or anything like that because I had put those 3 transition shades in the crease. I lightly blended it more with Agent. Then I took a Smooth Criminal and I kind of buffed that a little bit more in the crease. I wanted to blow out my crease a lot. I like doing that. That's just my favorite thing to do. But yeah, just layering the shades, I feel like that makes a world of difference. And then I use Access to kind of soften that a little bit more. Then I went in with Coin, and it actually packed really nice with that flat shader brush. It really came on really metallic. Then I used Smooth Criminal to kind of marry Prowl and Coin together. Then I went in with Agent, and I actually smoked this out on the lower lash line first. I wish I used a smaller brush for that because it really was too blown out. And then I used Top Secret, which I had trouble in the last video trying to get it to not get patchy, but I think layering Agent made a world of difference. Then I went in with Access and kind of buffed that in so that I can smoke out Top Secret a little bit more. Then I went in with, I believe it's called Guilt Trip, and I put that with my finger on the inner corners. Then I used Classified, which was used all over my lid in the last video, and I used that as a tiny little wing on the outer portion because I kind of liked the way that looked. And I wanted to use the entire palette, so that's why I decided to put that one there. It worked out really nice. So here's the completed look with mascara and my brows on. What do you guys think? I think it came out pretty nice. This is the completed look of the Armed and Gorgeous palette. Upon using it very carefully and concentrating on what I needed to do, this palette was a win for me. When I first initially did it, and I know not all of you wanted to watch an hour-long video, but I wanted to do kind of like a breakdown of kind of like a first impressions, because I know sometimes first impressions don't always go the way you plan them to. You plan on liking a palette and then you end up hating it, and it could be based on application, it could be based on just you're kind of like, okay, I'm just going to create a look really quick, and I didn't quite get to plan out a look. So I did use every single color in the palette. I used every single color. I popped that white on the brow bone. I used 3 colors to do my base or to do my transition shade because that made a world of difference. So I think it all depends on how you use your transition shades. Blah, blah, blah. So I would probably recommend building your transitions. Start off with the lightest, or you could even go any order you wish. But I did Access, then Secure, then Agent, and I feel like it made that nice base to make it so warm. And then I went on with Prowl on the outer corner, blend it up, blew it out more, and then I kind of mixed the transition shades along with Smooth Criminal and warmed it up a lot more. And I didn't know what to do with Top Secret. I was like, what should I do? So I just kind of buffed it under the lash line, and I put, what was it? Agent first, then I put Top Secret, and Top Secret blend really nicely, and then I put a little bit of Access to kind of smoke it out a little more. And the metallics, I really didn't have any issues with it in that first video, but I did have no issues at all with it this time around as well. So I feel like, yeah, first impressions can be nice because then you kind of get like a, okay, when you go shopping, you grab a palette or you grab something, you put it on, and it's not the same that you were expecting, or if you tried it on the store and you're like, yes, this is it, take it home and then it's not it. I've had that happen to me a lot just because I get too excited. And I think that's what sometimes happens with eyeshadow palettes, is that I get way too excited, and upon first use trying to film, I feel like, oh my gosh, it's not working. Why is it not working? Because I know that I had the Warm Up Sessions palette, so Warm Up Sessions, yeah, from Huda Beauty, and I absolutely loved it. But then when I was in a rush, it was just being patchy, and I think it's because my skin was very dry, so that's why it was patchy. So dummy me took it back, saying I just didn't think it worked out. So that's probably why some people return, is that upon first use or swatch, they're just like, nope, 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 it's not doing it for me. You kind of have to give it a go. And me, I'm not much of a Morphe person. I only own the 3502. I took back the Jaclyn Hill palette because I hated it. Not because of the formula, because it was just too, I don't even know why I hated it. I think I didn't hate it. Hate's a strong word. I think I just didn't care for it because I had those colors in my Juvia's Place palette, so I was like, nah, I don't need it, take it back. So when I bought the Vault, I'm like, I bet you I'm going to have the same issue. I'm going to have the same issue. No. First impressions, I hated this palette the most. Not hated, I keep saying hated. I did not like this palette the most just because it didn't work for me. I wanted Top Secret to be that crease shade, but it's just not meant to be a crease shade. So I would probably recommend the Top Secret, that olive color, in the lower lash line, or even on the outer corner, slowly built with bases of transition shades underneath. That's the only way it's going to work. There are shades that, based on formula, that just don't work as a transition shade or need some help from other shades to kind of make it work. So I feel like putting that, what was it, Agent first on the lower lash line, then putting Top Secret on top, and then buffing it out with Axis made a difference in how it looks. And I will give you a close-up of what it looks like and how it blended out. I feel like this look is probably a unique look and something I can't really create in my other eyeshadow palettes. So definitely I'm glad I gave this a second go, and you know, kind of grew from where I went awry in my last video as far as application. I wanted to post that last video just because I wanted it to be raw and in the moment of like, oh my gosh, I just got a new palette, I have to try it out, and then and that's why I wanted to film it, and that's why I wanted to post it, because I wanted you to see that I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get into this, I'm gonna do it, and then it didn't work out. At least this one didn't work out. I felt like the Dark Magic did. So with that being said, do love it, very impressed, will be using this over and over again. So bear with me as I am moving. I keep saying this in every single video, but I just want you guys to know that I am in the process of moving. I might have more palettes filmed later on, but I'm trying to keep them all consecutive so that you guys can see and not have to wait for me to film another eyeshadow palette from the Jaclyn Hill Vault. So with that being said, just be patient with me. I am trying my best to film before I move. I am still in my apartment right now. We actually close on our house today, so I won't get my keys to my house until today, and then we're gonna start moving this weekend. So it's like, it's gonna be crazy. So I'm gonna probably film the Ring the Alarm tomorrow before I go to work, and then on Friday I will probably do yeah, I'm not gonna post them till probably end of August, because I'm filming this in the middle of August. But I will have all my videos posted and kind of twice a week throughout August, because like I said, I will not have internet until the end of August. After I get internet, I might post the other two. I'm going to at least get 2 in. So anyways, did enjoy the palette. bear with me about filming the other ones, but for sure I am going to do 2 more this week because I want to get them done. I just don't want to have to worry about what my setup looks like. And then I might do Dark Magic last because that was my favorite one, and that one seemed to perform very well for me on the first impressions. I kind of want to go from what performed the least impressive upon first impressions to the one that performed the best upon first impressions. So Armed and Gorgeous was my least favorite, but it's now a favorite, so totally turned me. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please watch my video of the entire collection if you have an hour to spare, of the entire vault, swatched and tried on very short, like very aggressively and very not planned out eyeshadow look. This one was a little bit more planned out, so that's why it looks a little bit nicer and it performed better because I took my time and I have fresh face, and yeah, you kind of have to use it when you have more or less an idea of what you're going to do. It is fairly easy to use. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I will link that video down below. Stay tuned for more of them. Next, I will review the Ring the Alarm palette by the Jaclyn Hill Morphe collaboration. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!